Best of r/entitled parents episode 85. Subscribe for edit videos daily. You know the drill. First time poster. English is not my first language. Mobile. It's a very short story. So at first this is basically my mother's story. Background first. During my time in school I was the victim of heavy bullying started by some arsehole kid. He turned my friends against me, blackmailed them to attack me, then bullied me for not having friends, turned new kids against me ASAP, etc. I usually endured this over weeks if not months until I defended myself, because the teachers always said I had anger management issues, which was total BS. The teachers never did anything against the bullying. They even joined in sometimes. I am still traumatized by this. I developed anxiety and depression because of it, even tried to kill me. Now on to the story. My mother told me about it later. Cast, T equals teacher, equals my mother, equals entitled mother, BTW. She was the arsehole kid's mother. It was a parent/teacher meeting where the topics for the new year were discussed, but also issues about the class itself. T. So now we have to talk about some issues in the class. I know what you mean. So, yes. Your son OP. What the hell are you implying? He has anger management issues. He is randomly attacking other kids. Randomly attacking. He is bullied. He is trying to defend himself. And just to mention it against your son. My son? My son is a nice kid. Also he is very smart. He had a 5.6 average. In the US, that would be a solid F. Let me tell you something about OP. He is a very calm person, but if he is attacked he will defend himself. Talking to the teacher, you should probably suspend this kid. He is violent, probably a psychopath, and will someday shoot this school up. I don't want my son between the bodies. Do you have a brain malfunction or are you fucking mental, you delusional pose? Please calm down, this is supposed to be a civilized meeting. My mother tried to stay calm the rest of the meeting, but she hated just sitting there. This is basically the end of the story. I have about 100 more about this fever dream of a school. Thank you. Next. I was waiting in line for a bus that I was about to be on for about 2 hours. I was the second last passenger in the line and the driver would close the door after me and the last person in line behind me. When I was about to board the bus, a mom with a child, I think the child is around 4-6, screaming wait. While they were running towards the bus, I was just watching them run because I was so shocked. The mom quickly slightly pushes me back towards the sidewalk and walks into the bus. I said excuse me, but the mom didn't have the ability to speak English. She paid her fare and her son got on for free. I saw them take a seat in the upper deck of the bus. Me and the last person in line and the pedestrians who witnessed the scene were just lost for words. The bus was full now, so the driver shut the door and departed. The next bus was due in 1 hour, but I couldn't afford to wait an hour due to an appointment. I ended up having to pay 20x more. Taxi $100, divide bus fare $5, and got a flat rate ride to the city where I was heading to. It just makes me laugh because this is so dumb. Thank you. Next. This was early 80s. My son was 2 years old. I had a car and a car seat for him. My friend who didn't have a car asked for a ride to the grocery store. Not uncommon, except this time she had to bring her 3 kids with. No problem. But all 4 kids could not fit with my son's car seat. She began unbuckling the seat. Number. The seat stays in for my son. But my kids will be too squished with that thing in there. Me. Yeah, sorry about that, but the seat stays in. Maybe we could go later when your baby daddy can watch them. No, I need to get food for baby daddy before he comes home. Well, maybe I could just go pick up a few things for you. That won't work. I need a bottle too. Note, I'm still under 21. Then she turns in a huff and says, what makes you think that your kid is better than mine and deserves to ride like he's the Prince of England? End of friendship. My call. Thank you. Next. I've posted here before about my entitled, selfish sister and her sons. She's a big time helicopter parent, doing everything for her kids and then freaking out when something happens to them she cannot control, such as a bad grade. A few years ago, my nephew failed a test and had to get his parents' signature to prove they'd seen it. My sister, Upon seeing the failed test, immediately emails the teacher and demands he be allowed to take the test again. She leaves a laundry list of excuses for the failure. He wasn't feeling well, sports had been hard on him this year, he's not sleeping well at night, blah blah blah. She claims he had a bad day and has a right to take the test over. Teacher says nephew knew about the test well in advance and he failed it because he didn't know the material, not because he was tired. Argues with him, saying he's being unfair and claims he lacks compassion. Teacher is like, sure, whatever, he's not taking the test again. So what do you think does? Goes above his head, of course. She contacts nephew's counselor first, trying to be his BFF so she can get him on her side and use him against teacher. Counselor wasn't having it. He agreed with teacher, said nephew should ask about extra credit. So what do you think does now? Goes to the principal of course. She sends principal an email, asking to meet with him about something but doesn't say what specifically. This is her way of ensuring that the teacher and counselor aren't there when she brings up the test. She sets a time well after school when she assumes everyone is gone. Imagine her surprise when she shows up and the teacher and the counselor are both there. The teacher told his side and said he would not allow nephew to try again, period. The principal says he will not force the teacher to do anything he doesn't want to do. Complains the teacher picking on her son, wonders aloud if this is a personal issue, even suggests my nephew may need to change to a different teacher. The others say nothing, they are used to her unfortunately. You'd think that's the end but it's not. She felt personally attacked and wrote a series of emails to the school board and the superintendent. She demanded action, claiming that the principal asking the teacher and counselor to be there was wrong because she hadn't been asked if they could attend. She felt bullied. She received one reply and it basically said they backed the school and everyone who worked there. She replied back to them several times and they never dignified her with another response. To this day, she feels like they were all out to get her. She refuses to admit that her kid failed the test, it's always someone else's fault. Thank you. Next. I'm going to begin this by saying the following: I'm not transgender, I was born with a cock and balls and I don't care if you're transgender. This story is funny. So I used to work retail at a very common store in the United States that begins with dollar followed up by a rank inside the United States Army as well as every army across the planet. I was well liked in my community and was one of the main points. Handlebar mustaches and the word howdy, it came popular in my particular area. Howdy was just because of the fact that I picked it up from my first job and the handlebar was because I was going as an anime character named Eskina from 7 Deadly Sins. But needless to say I was a rather friendly Dadizo after checking out a customer that I and my co-workers constantly referred to as Stink. I felt a slight cut on my cheek as well as the familiar sounds of scissors clamping together, only to turn to the next customer and her ugly ass son. Later on in the story it's real. The person is transgender. That doesn't change the fact that they're ugly, as being ugly doesn't matter on your gender. If you're an ugly F, you're an ugly F. I say what the fuck entitled mom said. Just because you're born a man doesn't mean that you should want that mustache in front of everybody. My son hair is becoming a man, has been taking hormone treatment, so seeing a mustache like that truly offends him. My Asperger's checked in the way that most people wouldn't expect. You see, Asperger's syndrome is on the autism spectrum, which makes me bad at expressing emotion in conversations. It also makes it really hard to tell when I'm actually lying. So I say, so you assault another transgender man with a pair of scissors just because they are better at growing a mustache than your son. The lady's face then turned bright red and her son/daughter bolted out the door without any of the groceries that they collected. Note: I lived in the area on and off over the course of 4 years and I had never seen any of them, so I'm 99% sure that they were just some people passing through trying to get victimhood points from the locals. I'm just glad that the cut was no worse than a shave cut, because after a few days it was gone and left 0 scars. Honestly, I wish I would have been able to get the woman's information prior to her and her son running out. Thank you. Next. So, I know this guy who's close to me as a big brother. Let's call him Jeff, a tutor who teaches me physics. Little heads up on Jeff. He's from a poor family and teaches in groups for a better pay. I prefer studying alone, so my mom pays him extra. Some days ago I was reading with Jeff and my mom's colleague, appeared out of nowhere with her son, came into our home and sat down in my room instead of the living room. My mom is really sweet with colleagues, so she didn't say a word and went to the kitchen to grab some snacks for them. Meanwhile, I and Jeff continued our business while she and her son were literally looking at us like Harry Potter golems. Jeff was getting uncomfortable and it creeped the shit out of me too, so I decided to say something. Oh boy, here it goes. Me, let's call me Jeb. Is something wrong, Miss EM? EM, me. Well, I'm mediocre at best in physics, but yeah, Jeff teaches real good. EM? Question mark? I little heads up. EM son. ES. Is that kinda tried guy who wants everyone to be under him but he's borderline stupid. Chickens out a lot and I don't talk to him. Also, he ain't bright, lol. Me. You should ask Jeff first, I guess. Jeff. Well, I don't know, mom, if you're willing to send your son then he can read at my place. Jeb prefers studying alone with me. EM. Exclamation point. Dot. Dot. Question mark. ES. Jeff. Listen, mom. I come to Jeb's house just because he is pretty close to me and I like the kid. My motive might be to earn, but I choose my students with their interest of studies and I really do not think your kid has the ability to study, judging by his jerky behavior. Well said, Jeff. I was literally about to laugh there when EM got up and started shouting even loudly. EM. Exclamation point. Starts approaching him slowly. Me. Hey. Behave, missus. EM. This is someone I think of as a brother you're talking to. You can't just come to my room and abuse someone close to me. Now get out of our house with your bright son. Jeff. Super embarrassed. I'm leaving. Sorry Jeb, we'll continue the chapter day after tomorrow, okay? See ya. EM. Pulls his collar to slap him. Mom enters the chat and stops her hand while simultaneously dropping the cookies she brought for EM and ES. Mom, we'll call her Mrs. C. What the hell, EM? Are you out of your goddamn mind, huh? EM. Question mark. Mom, just get the hell out of my house and never show your face to me ever again. You are one disrespectful lil bitch. ES literally standing there like the Statue of Liberty LMAO. EM. Exclamation point. Mom, yeah, like you threatened to sue your husband and in the end he left you for that Asian lady, huh? I'm just there standing, thinking how the fuck is this my fault, WTF? Can anyone explain how the actual fuck is this my fault? Thank you. Next. If you haven't read my previous post, here it is. https://www.reddit.com/r/entitledparents/comments/f2lfcn/ need some help with an entitled mom/ UTM medium equals Android app and UTM source equals share. To sum it up, my friend has a crazy religious mom who doesn't like me cause I'm Buddhist. I got invited to eat dinner at my friend's house, but I didn't know how to tell her that I don't want to be around her mother. I just saw my friend after class and I told her about her mom. I felt really bad and guilty. I was ready for her to say we can't be friends anymore. Instead she reassured me and said it's okay. She know about her mom's behavior and have been trying to move out with her boyfriend. She told me she only did it just to be polite since we always hang at my place. Apparently after this semester her and her BF are going to move in together, and once she does she's going to lose contact with her mom. She's tired of her mom scaring off her friends. So thank you everyone who gave me the courage to tell my friend how I feel about her mom. I feel bad my friend has to lose connection with her mother, but it's got the better, I would say.